Reasons for Godzilla to win the fight. He's an ancient giant lizard that is more or less a nuke. He has defeated King Ghidorah. He has also defeated two Mutos. He's fought in fights with Rodin, Mothra. He's had two movies being built up to. And he's just all in all a pretty badass monster. Reasons for Kong to win the fight. Big monkey. So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now that's right, today we are reviewing another big blockbuster movie. I can't believe it, we got another one. It is Godzilla vs. Kong. Now before we get started, I'm going to quickly just apologise if I do a little bit of sniffling. Hay fever, I suffer from it bad. And hey, the pollen levels are very high today, so suffering. Anyway, Godzilla vs. Kong. This film has been a long time coming. Of course, the first movie, 2014 Godzilla, directed by the wonderful Mr. Gareth Edwards, who I really like, and I really love that first 2014 Godzilla film. This has been slowly building since then, because then we got Skull Island, and then, of course, we had King of the Monsters, and now here we are finally arriving at our epic duo movie. Now, people who are worried about spoilers, we're not going to do spoilers here. Don't worry about it. So yeah, this is an interesting movie because it's a popular thing to put characters against each other now. You know, we've had it a few times. We've had, you know, Iron Man versus Captain America. We've had Batman versus Superman. We've had Optimus Prime versus Bumblebee. Who else have we you know, there's been a lot of these verses now. You know, the Fast and Furious films done it, where Vin Diesel's character went against everyone else. It's a popular thing to do now in these franchises, to pit these characters against one another. Of course, Godzilla is a very old character, as is King Kong. And there was, of course, originally, this is technically the second time that these characters are faced off on the big screen. You know, of course, we have the 1950s, I think it was 50s, or was it early 60s movie. Anyway, so this is the second time this has happened, and guys, I was so looking forward to this movie, and then the trailer sort of dropped, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure about the trailer. The action looked fun, but the human stuff was very off-putting again, and the music choice in the trailer weren't great, and I was very worried about this movie. So anyway, it's come out. Here it is. What did I think? Guys, this film was surprisingly quite good. Actually, it was better than King of the Monsters, I think, and I had a real fun time with a lot of this film. There are problems with it, but there are some real positives. So let's start off with the positives. For me, the fighting. You know, seeing Godzilla versus Kong was great. That whole fight where they finally fought was amazing. Everything, the whole last half an hour of the movie was insanely fun. Like, insanely fun. Watching these two monsters finally pit against each other was incredible. One of the huge problems I had with King of the Monsters is whenever Godzilla was fighting King Ghidorah, it would constantly cut to the humans. Here, they actually just spent a lot of time with these monsters fighting. There wasn't much cutting. We didn't need to worry about it, which was the really, really fun part about this movie. It sort of stuck with the characters, which was really great. The visuals of this movie as well, I'm gutted I didn't get to see this on the big screen, because this film looks stunning. Not just the monsters, but they go to some very interesting locations throughout this movie, which I wasn't expecting. They go to like 3 or 4 big locations, which are vastly different, and the CGI looks very impressive on all of them. There's actually some interesting cinematography in this film as well, which I really wasn't expecting. A lot of the lighting's great. The human characters, yeah, I'm going to put some of them under positives, because the team that surrounds Kong, which of course is, I think the actress's name is Rebecca Hall. Yeah, Rebecca Hall, Alexander Skarsgård, and the deaf girl who you see in the trailer. They're sort of the Kong team. And They were actually quite, not good, but you come to expect the worst from human characters in these movies, especially after King of the Monsters, because the human stuff sucked in that movie. Here, it was improved, you know, you didn't find these characters super relatable, but they weren't annoying, they weren't trying to crack jokes every 5 seconds, and, yeah, they weren't forced down your throat as much as characters in King of the Monsters. That's just the Kong group, by the way. We'll get to, like, the Godzilla team in the negatives. The music for this movie was a bit bland, I think, for the most part. But, you know, occasionally we get those little themes, which were fun, and they really works in the movie, I felt. Yeah, and I think that's... I was really happy with the end result as well. It didn't feel like a Batman v Superman cop-out, you know, save Martha. So yeah, it didn't feel like a cop-out. So yeah, and all in all, this movie done exactly what I wanted it to do. I didn't want a great script, great story, great acting. I don't want any of that in this movie. That's not what I come to this movie for. You know, there are certain films that you have to look at in different aspects, and this is one of them. This one here, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to see Godzilla and Kong fight. And I got that. It was great. It was really good fun. And yeah. So yeah, overall, it definitely done its job, this movie. Negatives. This film felt very unbalanced for me in terms of who we're spending time with. This definitely felt more like a Kong movie, which is a bit of a shame, because I'm definitely more Team Godzilla. I prefer the character of Godzilla. And he really weren't in this movie loads. It was definitely more of a Kong movie. And I get why they done it, because Kong, obviously, is mocapped. He's got a facial... He can do facial expressions. He can actually communicate a bit better with the characters. You know, he can emote to them and stuff. Godzilla can't. He's just a big reptile. So I get that Kong is the one that they're going to have the humans spend more time with. I get that. But it still felt very unbalanced that we spent so much time with Kong and not that much with Godzilla. Going back to the human characters, there's, of course, they always have a problem with human characters in this movie and in these movies. And it's weird, because they always seem to... this one reminded me of Skull Island a bit, where there were characters in that one I actually really liked. Like, I really enjoyed, like, John C. Reilly in Skull Island. John Goodman's character, Sam Jackson's. And it was then, like, Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson's characters that I had problems with. Here, I didn't really have many problems with the Kong team, but the Godzilla team was so annoying. So annoying. They're just cracking jokes every 5 seconds. Millie Bobby Brown is acting like she's in her mid-20s when she's still like 17 or 18, I think. And I just didn't believe any of the stuff she was doing because of her age. I think they just needed an older actress to pull that stuff off. They got the kid from Hunt for the Wilder People. Julian Dennison, I think is his name. From Hunt for the Wilder People. He was in Deadpool 2 as well. He was in the Christmas Chronicles too. And I find him, like, in Hunt for the Wilder People, he's fantastic. He's hilarious. And he is decent in Deadpool 2, but, again, just over the top humour in this one. Really, really annoying me. And then the other guy they were with, some, like, podcast guy who loves these monsters. His character was also very annoying. And the things that they were doing, just for me, were a bit like, really? They're getting in here? No one's stopping them? How? How is this happening? So I had some real problems there. But yeah, as I say, that's kind of almost what you come to expect in these movies now. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll start wrapping this up. Godzilla vs. Kong. It kind of suffers from the problems you'd expect it to, but it's not as substantial as it was with King of the Monsters. I found this movie a lot more fun. And as I say, all the problems I had with King of the Monsters, I genuinely do feel the writers maybe learnt their lesson a bit, because it was a lot of the huge issues were dialed down here. I think they done a good job with that. So yeah, I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that this is probably on the same level as the first two movies. Like, I think it's on the same level as Skull Island. I think I still prefer the 2014 Gareth Edwards movie. but it's a lot better than King of the Monsters. There's a huge upgrade here. And I'm really hoping that we get to see another movie. I'm hoping that this isn't it for these two monsters. I want to see more Godzilla. I want to see Kong again. So yeah, I'm really, really hoping that this universe continues, because it's just super fun. That's all it is. It's fun. And I'm going to be looking forward to picking up the 4K of this film, watching it in 4K. I think it's going to be a blast. But anyway, that's my review for Godzilla vs. Kong. Guys, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this movie. It's an interesting one. As I say, it's kind of what you expect. The human stuff's kind of dumb. The monster stuff's really fun. So, hey, if you're okay with just switching off and having a fun time with these monsters, you're going to like it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching as always, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, like. Sorry, my brain's a bit fuzzled today. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.